I'm Keith Joel, and you're watching Comic Smack, the weekly comic book show where we take a closer look at some of the coolest, most awesome, and most happening comic book storylines going on currently. And today, we're going to be taking a closer look at JLA number 7. The heroes of the League are battling the Kryptonian god Rao across time and space. Will they be victorious? Well, let's hop on into this newest issue and find out.
So, as the comic opens, Batman has managed to get a hold of one of the prophets of Rao's staff for Cyborg to take a closer look at. It seems that the staffs and their amazing powers are connected to the cathedral being those giant floating warships that we saw in the beginning. I say ships plural because as we find out, there's more than just the one that's currently camped out in front of Earth. There's ones all over the galaxy, all different planets that Rao has conquered and converted. But to what end, you might be asking yourself? Well, as we soon discover, all of those planets, all those acolytes of Rao, they, unbeknownst to them, are actually giving little bits of their life force over to him. In doing so, shaving days off their own lives, but making it so Rao can forever live healthy and strong. Batman crunches the numbers, factoring in all the planets that Rao has almost certainly conquered, and the fact that he's a Kryptonian living under the yellow sun, and you have a pretty unstoppable force right there. From there, we transition on over to Aquaman and Wonder Woman, who survived the massive suicide bomber explosion from last issue. How did they do that? They don't really explain, but it's not that important. What is important, though, is that for the first time since this series started, you can actually place it somewhere in the canon. You see, the two heroes are on Olympus, or as Wonder Woman calls it, her Olympus, because when Ares left, she became the new god of war. Yes, that's right, god of war. Meaning that this story does indeed take place sometime around the modern continuity, and for everyone who gave me crap trying to say that, oh yeah, this new JLA run fits in sometime, before or after the early days of the New 52, well, guess what? No, it doesn't. I was right. Ha 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 ha. Of course, this opens up a bunch of new continuity questions, like how does this story take place at a time when Wonder Woman is the god of war, but before Jim Gordon becomes the new Batman, before Superman loses his powers, and before Aquaman gets deposed from his kingdom? Wonder Woman figures that if it's a god they're about to go fight, then they better have some godly weapons with them. The helmet of Hades, the lightning bolt of Zeus, and oh look, Aquaman gets the trident of Poseidon, which if you've been reading the current Aquaman book, Aquaman actually did meet with Poseidon, and Poseidon gave him a brand new trident, so this is kind of funny. From there, we check on in with Superman, who is quite literally being impaled by Kryptonian crystals. Wow, that is a really striking, really painful looking image. Superman tears into Rao, saying he's a liar, a fake, and a fraud, and that if all the people out there knew that he was shortening their lives to extend his own, they wouldn't have any of him. Rao fires back by saying he's done more for planet Earth than any superhero, even Superman, could possibly ever have done for Earth. He brought peace where there was war. He brought food where there was famine. Would Superman dare stop him now after all the good he's done? Would he dare tear away all these blessings from the Earth? Would he allow that to be the legacy of Superman? And you know what? This leaves Superman absolutely at a loss for words. I mean, wouldn't you be too? It's quite the ethical quandary. Now, then again, maybe I'm a better debate club member than old Big Blue over here, but I might try firing back by saying, hey, Rao, what you're offering the people isn't really life, it's an illusion. Now, this has all been a really heavy comic so far, filled with some huge revelations, but oh, we got one more. As we go back to ancient Krypton in the past to check in with Green Lantern, we see that the one that he and young Rao were actually meeting in Kandor turns out to be Rao from the modern day. Yes, the Infinity Company screwing around with the space-time continuum means old Rao is meeting young Rao for the first time, and he has no memory of this meeting. And what does he plan to do unless Green Lantern can stop him? Oh, the usual supervillain stuff. Just conquer Krypton in the here and now and extend his reach further than ever before. Now that's a heck of a lot to take in, but it still begs the question, why Earth and why now? Well, Rao answers that question too. You see, even though he's managed to live this long off the life force of other creatures on other planets, he really longed for that sweet taste of Kryptonian power, Kryptonian life force. And so he plans to dissect Superman, strip him of every shred of DNA he has, and create a new batch of Kryptonians on Earth, who will then in turn power him in his crusade across the galaxy, across the known universe, and beyond. Yeah, Superman ain't having any of this, and as the comic ends, Superman, using all of his strength, flies at full speed, crashing the cathedral into the moon. Geez, I sure hope hope that was insured. The cathedral, I mean, not the moon. Justice League of America number 7 is another all-star installment of what is quickly becoming one of the most epic Justice League stories told in a very long time. What I like about it is that even though there is solid action throughout the book, the real focus is on, the moral implications of a god coming to Earth still even after all this time. All the heroes, even though they're not together, also feel quite useful. They're all working the same problem just from different angles and using their own specific sets of skills to get there. Overall, I would feel comfortable giving this one a most positive 8.5 out of 10, and I can't wait to see how the whole thing shakes out. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll feel like checking out some more videos I have on offer here at Cape Joel.